After a lot of research and time taken to release the video, this is finally how I decided to share my Sri Lanka solo backpacking informative travel content with you all. And trust me, I tried my best to show you the northeast side of Sri Lanka in part 1, which is this, and southwest side of Sri Lanka in part 2. Hello people, this is me Pragya Sharma exploring new ways of living, and I am here to share my solo backpacking experience in Sri Lanka during off season, because the season will start from November till March. I divided my journey into two parts. One is northeast side, which includes Kandy, Sigiriya, Nuwara, Eliya, and Yala, and second is southwest, which includes Mirisa, Veligama, Galle and Colombo. In this video, I will share information about part 1, which includes places to explore in the cities, how many days are required, transportation options, useful apps, etc. Video thoda lengthy hai, but worth hai, I'm pretty sure. Do watch this video till the end to collect the information as much as possible, like always. And now rock and roll. I boarded my flight to Sri Lanka from Hyderabad and landed at Colombo. I decided to stop over in Colombo to settle down with the travel journey and adapt to the new environment. Colombo is in the west of Sri Lanka, and I plan to explore the city at the end of my trip. I slept early in the night that day because I was tired, and another important reason was to catch the train to Kandy the next day. I booked my train tickets online from the authentic Sri Lankan railway website. I will add the link in the description box. It is very easy to book the train tickets from the website, and I suggest you book it online well in advance. There are 3 classes in Sri Lankan trains: AC coaches, second class and third class. While booking, I did not have an idea how these coaches look and the ease of traveling in second or third class. I booked an AC coach 1 week in advance and got my M ticket to my email address, hence no hard copy or paper copy was required. My train was at 5:55 in the morning from the Colombo Fort station, and I reached there half an hour before the scheduled time. The station was somewhat busy. I did not see any big display with train information, so I inquired at the window, which was easy, and asked them about the platform. Again, here I was looking for the coach display just like we have in India, but there was nothing like that. After the train arrived, I asked the train officer about the placement of the AC coach and easily boarded the train. Just like in India, we have TC to check the tickets. There was a TC who checked our tickets while boarding and directed the seat. Now I was very happy to get the window seat, considering lucky that day, because when you book the ticket online, there is no option to select your seat preference. I was happy with my decision to book an AC coach, which was very comfortable, and my journey went smooth. There was space given for small bags on top of your head and for big bags in the train corridor. The western lavatory was there, which was neat. The train was on time and we reached on time at the Kandy railway station. Kandy is in the central north of Sri Lanka, which is one of the popular cities and home to tea plantation and rich culture. I decided to give 2 days to Kandy. Day 1. I, along with a friend from the hostel, booked a Tuk-Tuk day tour from the hostel, which was a touristy thing starting at around 9 AM till 7 PM, but yeah, was fun. We covered around 11 points, and the few we found interesting. Spot 1. Kandy viewpoint. We saw a view of the Kandy famous lake and a view of the lake free of cost. That's it. It was an okay sight, and we spent like 10-15 minutes and left for our next stop. Spot 2. Asgiri Pagoda Temple. Founded in the 14th century, the temple has historical and religious importance. No entry charges. We started with the museum exploration, where like centuries old things were placed. The temple is known for its contribution to Buddhist education, religious activity and preservations of the heritage of Theravada Buddhism. Honestly, I'm not into historical things, but I kinda like the stuff. Spot 3. Hanging Bridge. Okay, now this was a kind of fun. It's a lesser known but fun attraction located in a scenic place in Kandy, Sri Lanka. Here again, we spent like 10-15 minutes and left for our next stop. Spot 4. Kandy Spice Walk. Free of cost, and you know what? This was one of my favorite things we did out of all the 11 points we covered. They welcomed us with a herbal tea, and then a herbal and spice walk started with herbal dental powder, sandalwood, kustasamana, Neshirani, cinnamon, sisodar, agnimula and more spices. After the spice walk, we experienced a small cooking session where there was a lady who made Sri Lankan salad and coconut roti. The salad was made of curry powder, onion, coconut, lemon, tomato, chili powder, etc. served with coconut and white roti. We tasted and we did not like it. Sorry. I mean, it was okay-ish for us. So yeah, we know food is subjective. After the cooking session, we had no clue this was coming. The massage. Oh my god. The massage was not just only for 5 to 10 minutes but for 30 minutes, and it was amazing. For a moment we were like, how can we get this thing free of cost? Paisa to nahi mangenge na? But nahi manga yaar. The entire session was free of cost and the best. I do not know about my interest in spices, but for this I would go again for sure. Spot 5. Abuluwawa Tower is situated in Gampola, approximately 25 kilometers from the Kandy. I was very excited for this, but in the end I felt like this was okayish spot. The entry cost for an adult foreigner was LKR 2000 and for a child foreigner was LKR 1000. Approximately 48 meters high, the Abuluwawa Tower has a spiral structure that offers a 360-degree view of the surroundings. We climbed the north spiral staircase to the top of the tower. The ascent was a bit challenging due to the increasing height and narrowness of the path, but we made it to the top. We spent about 2 to 5 minutes on the top because people were standing in the queue to see the same. What we saw that the view was nice, clear, but nothing great for us, and we started coming down. Spot 6. The tea shop and a factory. An interesting spot to know about the tea. Honestly, half of the things went above our knowledge and I was like, bhai, itna chai peene ke liye kaun sochta hai? I'm a big time chai lover, and yeah, this session was good and interesting, free of cost visit. We tasted about 8 varieties of tea, and damn, kitna varieties aati hai yaar. I liked English breakfast tea and white tea. We spent a nice time drinking varieties of tea and went to our next stop. Spot 7. ISI Gem Store. A free visit stop with lots of varieties of gems. Not really sure why this is popular in Kandy, but these guys were famous for high quality silent sapphire, diamonds, pearls and other gemstones. Not something of our interest, so we spent like 10-15 minutes and went to our next stop. Spot 8. Ochre Wood Carving Center is known for its traditional Sri Lankan food craftsmanship. The center shows a variety of hand-carved items from statues and traditional masks to furnitures. The artisans use high-quality wood such as teak, mahogany and sandalwood, creating detailed pieces that reflects the rich culture heritage of Sri Lanka. Again, free of cost visit. This is also not something of our interest, but kinda okay spot to see stuff, at least better than the gem store. Spot 9. Bhairava Khanda Temple is renowned for its massive statue of the seated Buddha, which stands about 88 feet tall. We paid the entry fee of LKR 300 rupees per person. This statue is one of the tallest in Sri Lanka and is visible from various parts of the Kandy, offering a striking sight against the backdrop of the surrounding hills. A good spot to visit. Spot 10. Kandyan dance, a very interesting and entertaining for us. The cost was LKR 2000 per person, which we thought was a little pricey, but we enjoyed the traditional cultural dance performances. Kandyan dance is known for its footwork, spins, leaps and rhythmic hand movement. The dancers wear elaborative costume featuring vibrant cultures, decorative headdresses and anklet that produce rhythmic sounds during the performance. Before the show started, we got a pamphlet describing the 9 to 10 dance performances. I was underestimating this, but at the end, we really liked it. Spot 11. Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic, also known as Sri Dalada Maligvara Temple, is one of the most significant temples in Sri Lanka. Tooth relic was brought to Sri Lanka in the 4th century AD from India and has since been regarded as a symbol of sovereignty. No, we did not go inside because, I don't know, it was crowded during the prayer time, which happens early in the morning around 6 AM and evening at the same time. The entry cost was LKR 2000 per person and we had a long day. We both decided not to spend money here and folded our hands from the outside and were okay visiting this place from the outside. This is what I decided to do in Kandy in one day, covering these points in Kandy Central Market, etc. If you want to spend more time in Kandy, you can do some hikings like Knuckles hiking, Atana hiking, etc. For me, one day was good enough. Day 2 of Kandy. I decided to go on a day 2 to Sigiriya only to climb Pidurangala rock. Okay guys, download the Pick Me app available on both the App Store and Google Store to avail services like ride booking and food ordering. This app works in most of the cities in Sri Lanka. There are other apps like Kangaroo and Uber, but I found PickMe app the best. I started at 8:30 in the morning and went to the Jaffna bus stand in Kandy to find out about the bus to Sigiriya. The bus stop is very busy and yes, you have to manage with broken English. I asked my PickMe rider to help me with board the bus to Sigiriya and he helped. I boarded a bus going to Pidurangala city and paid LKR 500 for the ticket. The bus dropped me off at the Innamalluva junction or auto stand, which was the starting point of the Sigiriya city, and from the junction I boarded a tuk-tuk ride for about LKR 800 to 1000, I don't remember exactly, but I fetched a better price from the PickMe app and got down at the starting point of Pidurangala rock. I came well planned here only to do this rock hike and not the Lions Rock or Sigiriya rock, which was more crowded and expensive. The entry ticket to climb the rock was LKR 1000 rupees. You can carry anything. There are no restrictions as such. I started the climb around 12:30 in the afternoon and reached the top in 1.5 hours. The first stage of the climb has steep irregular stairs. It can be tiring but reachable. The second stage is an uncharted territory. It has no clearly defined path or stairs which start after passing the Buddha temple. Remember that no guide is required as you will see many hikers passing by or going to the top. Pidurangala is a massive rock formation located a few kilometers north of Sigiriya. Being less grand and slightly difficult than the Sigiriya rock, it is often overlooked by tourists. It was formed by the volcanic activity. While climbing, I saw a reclining, beautiful 12.5 meter long Buddha. History says that the head and torso of the statue were destroyed by the treasure hunters in the 1960s but reconstructed. The giant rocks that surround the central rock gives an indication of what the area around may look like. There are 2-3 points which were quite challenging to climb up, but you can always take a help. Once I reached the top of the rock, I was greeted by the super view of the town and the Lions Rock. Literally, I was very happy to see the Lions Rock from this rock. Why? Because I had been thinking about this ever since I started researching about it. And finally, I was seeing this in real. That feeling, my friends, was amazing. The best time to climb this is in the early morning to chase the sunrise and late afternoon to chase the sunset. The timings are 5 AM to 6 PM. I did not chase the best time, but what I did was good for me. After coming down from the climb, I decided to walk for about 3.5 kilometers towards the town area, which was worth my time. I saw some interesting stupas and Buddha ruin site that people hardly visit, so I was like all by myself. Walking towards the city side from the main road, I saw very beautiful cafes and really amazing cafes, seriously. From the main road, I got a local bus to Dambola and from Dambola to Kandy. There is no direct bus from Kandy to Sigiriya or Sigiriya to Kandy. From Kandy, board a bus to Dambola or Anuradhapura or Pulanuruva. Tell the conductor you want to go to Sigiriya, then they will guide you and drop you at the nearest point. Start early and take it easy. Day 3, I said bye to Kandy and got ready to go to the Nuwara area by train and bus. The nearest station to Nuwara area is called Nuwara. Again, I booked my train tickets online from the Sri Lankan railway site from Kandy to Nuwara train number 1005. Which departs at 8:47 in the morning and arrives at around 1 in the afternoon at Nuwara. Kandy station is small and one of the busiest stations because a lot of tourists board the train to Yala, which is one of the famous train journeys in Sri Lanka, or I would say in the world. I asked about the platform number and my coach position from the station helpers. There is no proper train app to find such details. The train was on time and I boarded the AC coach smoothly. Rush hota hai but clear ho jata hai. And the train stopped for sufficient time. The train started and this time I did not get the window seat. But there was one couple close to me who got one window seat in the left row and one window seat in the right row. And now looking for an exchange. Fir kya? I took an advantage of the opportunity, got the window seat and yeah, lucky again. I thank God big time. After 2 hours of journey, most of the people started walking towards the door to get the pictures, took videos, so even I did. Scenic to tha, I agree. The train was passing by from the tea estates, big trees, green covered mountains and more. And I could relate this similar to Ooty Kunu toy train ride. I did not regret the journey till Nuwara and also did not feel like missing out the journey till Yala, for which I was already prepared. We reached Nuwara, it was raining. I asked one or two tuk-tuk walas, they were charging around LKR 1000 rupees to Nuwara, Eliya. Guys, station ke bahar there's a bus stop. Go for the bus which will drop you off at a reasonable rate in 30 minutes to the Nuwara bus stop. Bag वगैरह सब manage हो जाता है and this is how I reached Nuwara, Eliya. Nuwara, Eliya is known for its cool climate, colonial architecture and green landscape. The town is famous for Ashok Vatika, Ram Sita Temple, Groggery Lake, cotton plains and more. The climate here is much more cooler than the rest of the Sri Lanka cities, with temperatures ranging average of around 16 to 20 degrees. I decided to give one day to this chilly town and honestly I wasn't even prepared for this cold weather. हाँ भाई ठंडा था. First I decided to visit Ashok Vatika, which is also known as Sita Eliya or Sita Raman. The fare on tuk-tuk was LKR 1000 rupees. I took a tuk-tuk from the road which cost me around 800 LKR something. I don't remember exactly, but it was good. I reached the temple and got to know that photography and videography inside the temple were not allowed, but outside was okay. The entrance ticket was LKR 100 rupees. I gave 100 rupees to cuff my footwear and went inside. I am not very religious or spiritual, not very religious, okay, but what to do, some things I do for my family, so I did, but अच्छा लगा जाके. I have a kind of different equation with God, so yeah, it was kind of good visit for me. Return I walked for a few distance to feel the vibe of the city, which was beautiful and peaceful. Then I boarded the bus to go to the town and saw Groggery Lake on my way. वो इतना quick निकला कि मुझे stop बोलने का chance ही नहीं मिला. And I was like, okay, ठीक है. I wanted to go to the Lovers Waterfall, but the weather was unsupportive. I spent some time in the market, saw the living locals and wrapped up my Nuwara Eliya exploration and called off the night early because morning में मुझे L के लिए bus catch करना था. Day 4, I said bye to Nuwara Eliya in the morning. The tuk-tuk driver was waiting outside the hostel. He was the same who dropped me to Ashok Vatika. अच्छा था तो नंबर ले लिया and rate भी reasonable लिए. He dropped me off at the bus stop and helped me to board the bus to L at 7:40 in the morning, which goes to Gale or Gal via Matra, and that's how I reached L from Nuwara Eliya. Day 5, let's talk about L exploration. Many waterfalls are famous, but there are 3 things which I decided to cover in L which were free of cost. Spot 1. Little Adams Peak is a popular hiking destination located in L named after the famous Adams Peak or Shripada. The trail is well marked and relatively easy, taking about 45 minutes to 1.5 hours to reach to the top depending on your pace from the starting point near L. The hike offers a much easier and shorter hike, making it accessible for people of all fitness level, hence a beginner's friendly hike. The trail took me through tea plantations, small local villages and lush greenery. It was one of the easiest hikes I have ever done, giving the stunning landscape view of the top. There's no entry fee to the peak. Carry some water and snack with you if you plan to stay longer. I saw a food place on my way which was closed at a time, and I guess the food must be expensive. Do not underestimate the hike being shorter and easier, so wear comfortable shoes. Hikers go early in the morning to catch the sunrise or late in the noon to catch the sunset. I did not plan to catch either of the two. Went at my comfort and was happy with what I saw from the top. One of the side of the top I saw the view of the L city, and on the other side giant mountains. Well, by luck the weather was clear enough to see the distant coastlines. In fact, वो mountains में से कोई तो L Rock Peak था. कौन सा था? I'm not sure. In short, the hike was worth my time and effort. रास्ता भी अच्छा था and मंजिल भी. After the hike, I decided to cover the famous 9-arc bridge. From the main road, the duration was around 35 to 40 minutes by walk. I asked a local about the direction and they guided me on this route, which was kind of foresty way but was fun and safe. I met one uncle on my way and he helped me with the directions because he was also going to the same route. Going to this direction, I stopped at the 9-arc viewpoint from the top, took some video shots from the view, spent 10 to 15 minutes looking at the people and the surroundings, and started again to reach the final destination. The moment I reached, I was very happy to see this. You get this feeling when you have been following something for a long time and finally you get to see it. Yeah, that was it. You know, I did not plan to catch the train passing by, but fortunately, just after 10 minutes, I heard the train is about to come. Time हो रहा था 8:30 morning something, And yeah, I saw the train passing by, which was another cool thing, and super happy again. This spot wasn't as crowded as expected, which was good, maybe because of the time or off season. I spent some time here, again took some video shots and sat for a while. The spot is famous for its architectural design, built during the British colonial era in the 20th century, and its location, because the bridge is surrounded by lush greenery, a tea plantation and dense forest. Spot 3. Exploring the cute little romantic town by walking. El is in the central east zone of Sri Lanka, making it beloved for its pleasant weather, natural beauty, laid-back atmosphere and unique attractions. El has a friendly backpackers vibe with an option of cozy guest houses, cafes and small eateries serving local and international cuisines. Also, I noticed that taking Sri Lankan cooking classes is also a popular activity here. With its mix of nature, culture, relaxation, this city remains a gem for travelers seeking both adventure and peace in Sri Lanka's hill country. Day 6. A new day, a new plan to move to the next city, Yala, to experience one of the popular national safaris in Sri Lanka. And honestly, out of all the things, I was curiously waiting for this day. Let me tell you about how to reach, how to book the process, etc. Okay, first things first. How I reached Yala by using public transport. I boarded a local bus at 7 in the morning from the L. Your first drop should be Veeravela bus stop and second stop at Tisamarama bus stand. So check with the conductor accordingly and board the bus. I told the conductor that I was going to Yala town, so they dropped me off at the Veeravela bus stop. The journey duration was about 2.5 hours at a reasonable price, and from the Veeravela bus stop I boarded a bus to Tisamarama bus stand, which was my final stop for Yala. This town is also called as Tissa, which is in the east-south coast of Sri Lanka. It serves as a popular base for the national parks amongst the tourists. The town has a relaxed small town atmosphere with a mix of cultural and natural elements, local markets, roadside eateries and a lot of flying insects at night because of its proximity to the forest. Now talking about Yala National Park. The official website creates a lot of confusion on my mind and cost a heavy price. Any Yala licensed driver can take you to the Yala National Park. The slot comes with a half-day safari tour or full-day safari tour. Half-day safari can either be a morning tour or an afternoon tour. There are many blocks in Yala divided by areas because it's huge. The best area is Yala Block 1, which is Palatu Pana, and there are 3 important animals to witness in the national park: leopard, elephant and bear, and other unique birds and animals. There are 2 payments to be done for this experience. One is the entry fee and second is the jeep fee. The entry fee is fixed by the Yala and the jeep fee can be negotiable with your tour operator. The best way to book the Yala National Tour is by contacting your stay or accommodation manager in Tissa or wherever you stay near Yala. They have a tie-up with Yala and arrange private and sharing jeep safaris. 6 people can accommodate in one jeep. I booked my half-day morning safari a day in advance from my hostel manager and paid LKR 17,500, which included my entry fee plus jeep share and morning breakfast. I contacted Yala team via email and they were charging LKR 13,300 for my entry and LKR 16,900 for Mahindra Jeep or LKR 21,350 for Toyota Hilux. I found the deal with my hostel manager was better, so I booked my half-day morning safari tour, tagging along with 5 more people from the different countries. And I suggest tagging along with other people for more fun. Day 7 in Tissa. Our safari driver came to pick us up from our hostel at 5 in the morning, and you know what? The drive was fast and fun. It was pretty dark in the morning and we reached in front of the Yala Block 1 at around 5:30 am and waited for the gate to open at 6 am. A lot of jeeps started coming in the line. Our jeep driver was very good and explained some rules about the forest safari, like it's a wildlife, hence there is no surety of spotting important animals because they can be anywhere. Or you are not allowed to jump out of the vehicle, feeding to animals not allowed, and more. Finally, the gates were opened and it was time for some real fun. After half an hour, we started seeing some interesting animals, birds and different creatures. Lucky that we witnessed all the 3 important animals, which were leopard, elephant and bear. Leopard to was killer tha, and the best part, I don't have videos because it was really quick unknown moment. He jumped from left to right very fast. Around 8 am, our driver served breakfast in the jeep, which was another interesting part. There were bananas, pineapple, plain hoppers, cakes, chutney and water bottles for everyone. After breakfast, we started chasing the animals again, which was next level fun for me. It was my first time experience. We were in their homeland, and to witness this live was altogether a different experience. Around 11:30, our driver took us to the beachside spot where there were arrangements for toilets, and basically it was kind of a rest area. We spent some time there and restarted at 12, going here and there, and made an exit from the safari around 12:30 in the afternoon. So started at 5 am and ended at 12:30 pm. A valuable experience for me, a perfectly productive day, and in the end I could say that Yala National Safari done right. With this, I ended my first part of the Sri Lanka, covering northeast to east downtown in a week, where I saw the city side, hill station side, forest part and more. So tell me, how do you like this itinerary and the information I shared in this video? If there is any question or suggestion related to this video topic, do write to me in the comment section, or also you can reach out to me on my Instagram handle. It's called Khao-Local Ghumo Global. I have dropped some contact details and link in the description box. Do check it out at your ease. I'm taking time to release videos because there are many things to share, and planning that direction is taking time. Part 2 will cover another 1 week, starting from South Town to the West Central Zone, with full of information like always. This is me, Pragya Sharma, exploring new ways of living, signing off. You see me in my next release. Till then, travel safely, stay safe and explore the world with care. Bye. Salam.